All right, guys, welcome back. We have been building something together for the last several weeks. So if you've missed any part of this series, I will post the playlist below for my YouTube channel. But we've got your images, we've got your visual presence. Last week we talked about words, the bio, the headline, the CTA, how the old version of you is still writing them. But here's the question that I keep getting. Lindsay, I did the work, I updated the photos, I rewrote the bio, but when I sit down on a Tuesday, when I'm absolutely exhausted, I still sound like the old version that wasn't here yet, wasn't showing up yet. And what's that all about? And so that's what we're about to do today. We're going to fix this, not the images, not the language audit anymore. Today is what we're going to be doing is we're going to tie everything we've learned into that tired Tuesday when the right version of you needs to show up and you just have not reconstructed her from scratch every single time. Right. So what nobody talks about is once you do all the identity work, you can get clear on your future self. You can build the images, you can rewrite the bios. But once you sit down on that tired Tuesday, 9 p.m., you're not feeling it, you've got a deadline, you need to write a caption and get an email out or a sales post. And what comes out? The old version of you. So if you guys don't know me, if you just come into my world, my name is Lindsay Hack and I'm the owner of The Identity Hacker. And I help serious business owners stop bleeding authority every time they post by building AI systems around identity first, not content volume. So we are going to be looking at how to qualify everything when it comes to our writing, right? The kind of help people maybe think about is possible improving in their lives a little bit. And that's what we're changing today. So this isn't a discipline problem. This isn't a mindset problem. I've said this from the very beginning. This one particularly is an infrastructure problem, systems. And for those of you who know me well, I don't love a huge amount of systems when it comes to my world, but this helps me work so much better. It's so much easier, right? AI does not replace expertise. That's the thing that I want you guys to really understand is that it doesn't replace expertise, right? It replaces repetition and it still needs some strategist yourself to tell it what matters. So when it comes to this, let the robots do all the work, the busy work, but you're in charge of the building. And that's what we're going to do today. So on a good day, the right version of you shows up, right? In your content, in your words, you're feeling great. But on a tired Tuesday, the old version slips in. We go back to our default mode. And the question is, well, how do we get more disciplined? Well, it's not really about that because, tired Tuesdays and life and shit's going to happen. What we want to do is how do we build a system that makes sure she shows up every single time when you don't have the in you, whatever it is, right? Whether you're tired or life is going on. And that's what the identity engine is. Okay. So what it actually is, I want to be very clear first on what it isn't. Okay. It is not a chat bot. It's not a writing tool. It's not AI helps me write content for you. Okay. The identity engine is a version of you that never forgets who you are. So you preload it, whether you're working with ChatGPT or Claude, it doesn't matter. And I'm going to show you both with your future self's voice, her values, her context, her offers, her words that she uses, her methodology, the things that she believes in, all of these things, her energy will then, when you sit down and create content, no matter how tired you are, no matter how stressed you are, no how uninspired you are, you get her every single time. Not generic, not responses from AI that are just like la 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 la, right? I call them glop or gloop or slop or crap, right? Let's be honest, but actually her. So think about what that means for your business for a second, right? Same caption, every email, every single sales post, every DM, same woman, same energy, same voice, every Tuesday at 9 p.m. on that tired Tuesday when you're running on coffee and sheer will. That's the infrastructure. That's the business. That's the identity engine. So let me show you really quickly what I mean by this. Okay. So give me a second. I'm going to share my screen. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. So before, this is your generic slop, okay? You don't need to feel ready to show up online. Confidence comes from taking action, not waiting for a perfect moment. Every day we wait for another day. Your audience can't find you. Okay, I'm not saying this is terrible. I'm not saying this is terrible, but this is definitely not my future version of myself showing up, right? So this is very generic. This is very much before the identity engine. So now let's take a look. Now that my AI knows me extremely well, and I have put all this stuff that I've said in there. You've been waiting to feel confident before you update your photos, before you fix your website, before you redo your bio, before you finally look the part. Here's what's actually happening while you wait. Someone with half the experience just landed the client you wanted, not because they're better, but because they showed up and you didn't. Visibility isn't the reward for feeling ready. It's how you get there. Your future self isn't waiting for confidence. She's already posting, already showing up, already done waiting. The gap between who you are and how you show up online is costing you more than you think. Close it. So it's just a simple shift in how I focus on what I am doing, right? And that's super, super valuable when it comes to when you are on that tired Tuesday, right? That day where you just are so, so tired of doing it. Because here's the thing that I want you to remember. It's super easy to show up when you're motivated. This is the same for business and for workouts and for health and for life, but it's really, really different. And so really challenging to show up when you're not. So when you looked at those prompts, right, the prompt itself was the same. And I'm going to share that with you so you can do this as your own trial. The prompt itself was the same AI. I used ChatGPT for both, and then I used Claude for both, and I just picked the one I liked. But it was a completely different woman who was talking. Completely different person. It sounds like one came from a template, right? One sounds like it comes from someone who knows exactly who she is and ain't apologizing for it. And that's how I want to show up every single day. So the tool didn't change. The identity inside the tool changed. So this is super, super important. So hold on, I'm going to share my screen one more time with you. And I want to talk to you about the 5 tools that I use to do this. And I'm going to share this all with you. So do not worry, do not panic. At when I'm done, if you're watching this on a replay or if you're watching this in real life, definitely just put systems here in the live and I will get this sent out to you ASAP, because I really want you to see what it is that we're working on. All right, so let me just share my screen one more time. It is the identity engine. Okay, we're going to talk about this. This is what I'm going to send you if you are interested. As I said, do a quick systems down below and I'll send this your way. It's the 5 steps to build your AI system that thinks like her, talks like her, and never forgets who she is. Okay, so the identity engine gives you your answers, and this kit's going to walk you through it. So this is what I'm going to send you. I'm just going to take you through it. Okay, so first of all is your brand vibe report. Okay, so before you teach AI how you sound, you need to know exactly what it sounds right. Like, what does it sound like? Who are you now, right? And this is super important. So you're going to take 3 to 5 pieces of content you've already written. So this could be posts, emails, a blog post, a sales page. Paste them into the brand vibe report tool that I'm going to send you. Again, press systems down below, and analyze your existing voice, the hands that you are using as kind of your back current baseline. Right? It's super important. It's like your starting point, and everything is built from that identity. Okay. Then you're going to do step 2 is your voice memo. This is the most underused step, in my opinion, when it comes to AI and systems. Pick up your phone, grab your mic, pick your favorite tool and start talking. 5 minutes, no script, no editing, no performing. Just talk about who you are, what you like, tell a story, right? It does not matter what it actually is. I mean, I love to keep it more business related so that it can pull some pieces from that story, because stories are huge, but it's all about how you talk, what you're saying, the movements that you're talking about, that kind of stuff. So voice memos capture the real you, right? The version that shows up, not when you're thinking about it, not when you're stressing about it, not when your inspiration is not out. It's just there. So that rawness, that rhythm, how you speak, the words you naturally reach for. I say things over and over and over again. And I don't even realize it sometimes, and then AI picks up on it. So once you get that in, you can transcribe it, drop it into a document, and you're going to use that in step 4. Step 3, your offer, excuse me, details. So the identity engine needs to know what you sell as well as who you are. So bullet points, not bullet points, not one-liners, but full descriptions. So write them out. Who's it for? What's included? The transformation, what it costs, how they access it, the link process, next steps. This is when you're going to load into your identity engine. It can help you write your offers the way you talk about them, not the generic AI gobble that talks out of it. And then step 4, your personalized level. This is the brain of your identity engine. This is where you're going to load everything in, and I'm going to show you where that is. I use Claude mostly because of this exact reason, but I'm going to show you a little bit more. So your voice, your identity, your rules. So in ChatGPT, you're going to go to settings, personalization, and custom instructions. In Claude, you're going to create a new project and paste your instructions into the project's instruction field. Save this, finish, and then create an MD file. You can reuse it over and over and over again. So here's a template. I am, there's your name, business name, and then it's just going to give you all the information that you're going to create your identity engine brain. And we're going to put that into your AI so it knows exactly. So memory note for ChatGPT users, turn it on in the settings under personalization. Okay, and then number 5 is the magnetic storytelling. This is how your engine is built. It's now sharpening it. So the magnetic storytelling tool doesn't just change your voice at all. It finds stories within your content. Excuse me, because the right version of you isn't just consistent. She is magnetic and amazing. And she stops the scroll and she makes people want to do something that is not scroll away. They want to finish what you're doing. So again, put below systems and I'll send this all to you. And then you click on there and it opens into a tool. So this is really, really important for you to have. And I will send all of this to you if you're ready to kickstart your own identity engine. So it's a way of how we bring everything together. So I'm just going to quickly, I just stopped sharing my screen. I'm going to show you quickly in Claude what I mean by this. Share. All right, so in Claude, if this is where your AI of choice is, I highly recommend. It is pretty amazing. Oh, and now it's going to give me some trouble. So you're going to come into settings. You have instructions for Claude. This is going to be where you can give all of your communication information. Okay, and then when you come into projects, you can create a new project. And then once you have a new project, you're actually going to come in and add things into, and let me just give you one. Here's my brand, voice, and personality. Add things into the files. Okay, so I have all of my different things, AI ethics framework, my identity essence, the identity hacker essence, brand, story brand framework, belief system, anti-AI writing, brand transcript. I have done all of these individually to work through, and then some other things I've added so that it now knows as its brain, this is my entire identity for my work. So keep that in mind. And then in ChatGPT, again, you're putting it into the customization app of that. So in the app. So again, as you go through this, you're taking the Tired Tuesday self, right? We all know it happens and I get it. It's fine, right? I've been there, but we want to make sure that we have everything inside our AI in our system so that she's always here with us. She's always here with us. So this is where we've been in the series. 6 weeks, you've shown up. Maybe you've watched all of them. Maybe you need to go back to the playlist. And most of you had no idea why your content wasn't landing. Now you know that even though you were working hard and you knew you were showing up, you just weren't getting the traction. We named that. That was the identity gap. Okay. Then we built your future self. We saw her. Some of you saw her for the first time. We closed that. And that is the deployment gap. We audited each version of that old you and we still are showing up. Then we aligned your language, your bio, your headline, your CTA. And today we have the system to make sure she shows up at all times, right? Even when you are on that Tired Tuesday. So that's the complete identity infrastructure. Now on May 14th, we are building that complete suite to match it. Okay, so if you're like, oh my gosh, Lindsay, this sounds amazing. I need this in my life and I just haven't had the chance to go and do it or haven't watched all the videos, this is where May 14th comes into play. So we're not just doing your future self. We're not just doing the different areas of it. We're doing the complete suite and we're doing it live, right? So website hero, social library, images, funnels, all of those things so that you have everything you need to show up in your business. And it's going to be 2 hours. It's live. It's done with you. And it's $97. So come and join me if you're just like, I just need you to help me here. I can't do this on my own. I need support. This session is going to basically take from April 16th when I started this series all the way to today in that complete system. So excuse me, if April 16th was the beginning, May 14th is the whole thing. And I can't wait to bring it all together. And one more thing, just so you know, in the AI Identity Lab, which is my school community where I teach all of this information, we're doing something a little bit new coming towards the end of May, which is our 5-day identity challenge. So it is 5 days, 1 step per day. At the end of each day, you get to do something, and it's going to be amazing. And if you're something that you want to do on an ongoing basis, where it's something that you can help and support, and I'm in the lab building it with you, that's what's going to be happening. So if you're not inside yet, comment AI lab or lab, and I'll put the link below. It's $47 a month. This challenge is going to be worth it just on its own. And then there's all kinds of fun stuff in there as well. So that's it. We have done our every Thursday session. And now you know the difference between discipline and infrastructure. You know the difference between what we're doing when we show up and how we show up. You've seen the identity engine, what it actually does, and you've seen the difference it can make in one simple prompt. So again, comment systems below if you want my 5-step identity engine starter kit with everything you need to build your own. And if you're ready for the complete set and you're just like, Lindsay, show me how, let's do it together, May 14th, I'm going to put the link in the description as well, so you can take a look. Anyways, that's it for today. Have yourself a fantastic day. And don't worry, these Thursday sessions lives are still going to continue on. I just brought this one to a close. Next Thursday is our Build It Together live. That will be in Zoom. You'll come in and you'll join me, and then we will continue again, because I just love being with you every Thursday morning. Anyways, guys, have a good one. Take care. Bye.